This courtroom session starts off looking routine, but within seconds, it spirals into a case packed with repeated violations, missed obligations, and a defendant standing on the edge of serious jail time. We're about to watch a judge carefully weigh accountability against hardship. While a man admits to not just one but 5 separate violations, the real question is this someone trying to rebuild, or someone running out of chances? Stay with us, because what happens next could change everything.
The good part of these are all Miss O'Donnell's, and she's aware of what's going on.
Good. John Cullen.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Mr. Will.
Your name, sir?
Timothy Henry Will.
All right. So he was arraigned, indicated he wanted an attorney. And how was he going to proceed now?
Pleading guilty to violation.
Sir, is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty here, this would be 4 violations, actually 5 violations, and you could have your probation revoked and you could be incarcerated for up to 93 days in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights form?
Yes, sir.
Right here, the judge is doing something critically important, making sure the defendant fully understands the consequences of a guilty plea. This isn't just a formality. By pleading guilty, he's giving up his right to a trial, his right to challenge evidence, and essentially accepting punishment up front. And notice the stakes, up to 93 days in jail. That's not minor. So ask yourself, would you take that deal immediately, or would you fight it out in court?
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights. There will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. To the charge, you failed to attend the court work program on January 24th. How do you plead?
Yes.
To the charge, you failed to attend the court work program on January 31, again of this year, 26. How do you plead?
Yes.
To the charge, you failed to attend the court work program on February 14 of this year. How do you plead?
Yes.
To the charge, you failed to clear all warrants as ordered by February 20. How do you plead?
Yes.
And as to count 5, that you failed to attend and complete, failed to provide verification of enrolling in outpatient treatment program by February 11. How do you plead?
Yes.
Did you fail to enroll in outpatient treatment by February 11?
Yes, sir.
Did you fail to clear all your warrants by February 20?
Yes.
Did you fail to attend the court work program on all those dates in January 24, January 31, and February 14 of 20?
This is where things get heavy. The defendant isn't just admitting to one mistake, he's admitting to a pattern: multiple missed court work programs, failure to clear warrants, and not enrolling in required treatment. In legal terms, this shows non-compliance with probation conditions, which judges take very seriously. Probation is essentially a second chance, but it comes with strict rules. Break them repeatedly, and that second chance starts to disappear fast.
6.
Yes, sir.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty? All right, I'm going to accept your pleas to all 5 counts. I find they've been made voluntarily and understandingly and are accurate. Anything you'd like to say? What's he doing?
Judge, Mr. Little's having a hard time with things right now. Good news is he got a job last week. He's got his work badge with him.
Where?
It's a Fuller contractor. We drive transmissions for Fuller.
You what?
We drive transmissions for Fuller.
Okay.
Now, that said, he's living out of his car. So he's living in his car near where he works in Romulus. His mother died 3 years ago. He's got a 7-year-old child that he pays support for. And everything else, other than getting a job, is pretty unstable. Other than he's going to Washington Community College. He had run 2 businesses after he got out of high school. He started out at community college. He had a construction company that he was running, but he got incarcerated, I think, around December. Did a
For what?
bail
Okay.
and lost all his clients at the time.
Now we're hearing the defense try to shift the narrative from violations to circumstances. Homelessness, job instability, loss of family supports, these are real struggles, and courts do consider them. But here's the tension. At what point do difficult circumstances stop being an explanation and start becoming an excuse? That's exactly what the judge is silently evaluating right now.
There's a couple of things I'm hoping to accomplish today. One, that he's able to continue probation. But also, he's got warrants to clear up. He doesn't have a driver's license because the warrants are all traffic makers. And this probation is requiring that he does the court work program. I'm hoping to minimize the amount that he shouldn't be driving, and so things where he's gotta go to and from. I'm hoping to reduce that for him and maybe convert the court work program into self-directed community service. And then he's getting his first paycheck tomorrow. Just give him more time to stretch out bigger pots of cost. The other thing he's got to do, and this is a little bit quirky, this was a 2021 case. He did the plea in 2025, but apparently there was some kind of car accident and cocaine was found. He doesn't have any other drug or alcohol related charges. So I don't really get the sense he's got alcohol or drug problem. And the drug and alcohol tests that he's taken have been negative. So this is kind of affects part of the probation is that he does outpatient treatment. And I talked to Ms. Liddell about him finding treatment near where he's located in Romulus. She's going to help him with that. I'm hoping that him better connected with her for any resources that might be involved.
That's about on there.
Okay, what do you have to say?
Know about any of this. I wasn't aware. If I was aware kind of the situation that he was homeless and things like that, I would have done a little bit more to help him. I scheduled him for all these dates. I emailed him everything, and then kind of just didn't hear from him after that. So I had no idea what was going on. He was appearing for testing, and everything was going pretty good for testing. My only concern right now is that he did miss 2 tests for the month of March already. He missed the test on March 2nd, and he missed the test on March 10th. These obviously were after I already issued the violation, so I didn't include it as a part of the violation. So I am concerned about that. Again, he needed assistance.
This moment adds another layer communication breakdown. The probation officer is saying, he never reached out. The defendant is saying, I couldn't afford it. And this is where many cases fall apart. Probation isn't just about compliance, it's about communication. Missing tests, even for financial reasons, still counts as a violation. So the question becomes, should the system adjust? Or should the responsibility stay entirely on the defendant?
And things like that. He could have reached out to me. I just hadn't heard from him.
I know the reason I missed because I didn't have the money. I emailed her one time about like trying to get. I just haven't had any money since I got out of jail. I just got the job. I could do everything I was required to do. I just needed money. Now that I have it, I wouldn't have any problem going this day forward. Because it costs $26 every time I got a drug test. I've been donating glad to get it up to this point.
How many days has he served on the court work? Did he miss all 3?
He just over.
Well, see, now why is that happening? Let me see the screening. Why is that happening?
I didn't have it when I got out of my jail. I didn't have no tires on my car. And I had nobody to bring me a bounce.
Geez, you got all kinds of warrants.
I can clear 2 tomorrow. I contacted the report. I was like trying to arrange Zooms. They don't lose Zooms unless you get a rank first or however that works. But Taylor, Dearborn will let me just pay it, clear out the case and complete. So I paid tomorrow for Taylor and Dearborn.
Judge, just so you know, when I ran his record on February 27th, there were 16 total warrants at that time.
You basically all drive-while license suspended, or at least a good percentage of them.
From what I could see, Judge, they were all traffic related.
Mm. Got to be more responsible. I'm not quite sure what to do with this. I mean, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. I'm kind of, I'm sympathetic. You don't have money, but I get it, but you kind of made your own bed here.
Here's the turning point. The judge acknowledges the hardship, but doesn't ignore the responsibility. That line, "you kind of made your own bed," is powerful. It shows empathy, but also accountability. Courts often walk this tightrope, understanding someone's struggle while still enforcing the law. Do you think the judge is being fair here, or too harsh?
Can you hand that back to Judge Little, please? I mean, you didn't show up for 2 tests.
It It's not.
How much are you making in this employment now?
$18 an hour,
How many hours?
40 hours. I work full time, and with the potential of overtime.
And again, this first check is going to now.
Equals tomorrow. And they're very understanding with the probation, so like moving forward, I could go to the other things.
Heather, give me a date for the end of April. I want you to clear all your warrants. I don't feel, I'll tell you what I'll do. Yeah, give me a date for the end of April, Heather. For a
April
sec-
28th, Judge.
At 8:30, here's what I'll do. I want you to schedule him for 2 days on the court work program. I'm gonna just tell you this, told probation to set 2 days court work
Judge, can I ask for this,
and 1 day community service. I'll let him do.
if the court's gonna do court work program, they could have put it all along. My concern is, he doesn't have a driver's license,
Yeah,
doesn't have a car, I'm worried about.
I got it. You can set that out in May. Latter part of May. Yeah, I'll make a note of that. I'm not gonna do anything else right now. I'm gonna set April 28th at 8:30. But I want to get those dates set and I honestly don't know what to do with you. You can't miss tests. You cannot miss tests. And you got to do what you're supposed to do. You got to go clear those warrants. All right? Got it?
Instead of immediate jail time, the judge gives something incredibly valuable another chance, but it's a conditional one. Clear the warrants. Stop missing tests. Follow the rules. This is what's known as judicial discretion, the ability to choose rehabilitation over punishment. But make no mistake, this is likely the last warning. One more failure, and the outcome could be very different.
I mean, there might be consequences, but you've been playing around with them for a long time. Go clear those warrants. Tell them I told you to come there. Okay? Good luck. Thanks. Let's do Makunovich, Derek Allen Makunovich.
Yes.
242-642-916. Your name?
Derek Allen,
Okay, so what's he doing?
Judge, he's pleading guilty to not completing the program. With regard to the fines and costs, he had a directive from probation saying needed to be paid by March 1st. Good side to be paid on February 28th. So the fines and costs have to be paid, I guess technically we might.
Check the quote on. Yes, I did give him that. When I issued the violation, I included it just because the fines and costs were paid. So if he didn't end up paying it, I did include it, but I'm fine to dismiss count one.
Okay, so count one dismissed on motion of the PO. If you plead on the anger management program charge, that's your 11th technical violation. You could be incarcerated for up to 90 days. Do you understand that?
Yes,
And did you sign, read, and understand this advice of rights form?
Yes, Your Honor.
You plead guilty, you will be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So count two is dismissed on motion of the probation officer. As to count one, failure to complete the anger management program with 8-week follow-up, how do you plead? Did you fail to do that?
Yeah, I have class tonight.
Did you fail to complete that program? Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Please accept it to that charge. Count two is dismissed. Please accept it, the failure to complete the anger management program. His wife wrote a nice letter for him. Well written too. Did you see it?
Yeah.
All right, well, I mean, it's nice, but he's still got 11 violations.
I think the program requires 8 classes. He's going to be attending class number 6 next week on the 24th. Classes are weekly, so 8 plus 7.
When did I order that? I ordered that back in August of 24. Why are we still playing with this?
That is my failure on getting honest and went before, that's my failure on my part. I should have gotten it much sooner.
What do you have to say?
So my concern is that technically his case expired March first, so that's why I gave him till the end of February to kind of wrap things up. Once I realized he wasn't gonna have the class done in time, I issued the violation. He has completed everything else. I really think it is a money concern. That's been the biggest issue for him. All the things that are doable to be done without money were always done and were done on time prior. Going on, so I don't think it's a big issue. Again, if he's enrolled and he only has 2 more classes left, I feel okay extending him out just another month or 2 to get those done. And pulling them out at this point, especially if his balance has been paid at this point, I think we're in a better place.
Anything else? Mr. Sheen? So he was scheduled to come off.
March 1.
I'm gonna keep you on probation until May the 1st. You're gonna pay additional costs of 25, additional supervision fees of 40. You're gonna serve 1 day on the court work program and pay 35 for that. So you owe 65, you owe 100. So probation extended until May 1. Additional costs 25, probation fees of 40, 1 day court work, and complete anger management program.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you don't do that, I'm gonna send you to jail, okay? Here you are. Good luck.
As the courtroom moves on to other cases, you can see a pattern. Some defendants get leniency, others get strict warnings, but everything comes down to effort and follow-through, whether it's unpaid fines, incomplete programs, or minor traffic violations. The system is constantly balancing fairness with enforcement, and every decision made here has real consequences for someone's future.
Would you like $100, do I?
You work on that. You schedule the 1 day court work, okay?
That's cool.
Okay.
Thank you. Good luck. Popovsky. 26W 841592. Your name, sir? How you doing today? All right, you're gonna plead to impeding traffic, right? Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna plead to impeding traffic?
Yeah.
That's 0 points, okay? It says no injuries, minor damage to that charge. Responsible or not responsible? To impeding traffic. No, do you plead responsible? Do you admit that you were impeding traffic? No? You don't? That's okay. I'll start again. So they charged you with improper lane use causing an accident. You know that, right?
Yeah, but
Wait, slow down. Now they wrote this up where you're gonna plead to impeding traffic, which is 0 points. It won't go on your record. You want to plead to that?
Yeah.
To that charge of impeding traffic? Do you plead responsible?
Well, they happen, I don't want those points.
All right, I'll accept the plea. 195 is your total. Okay, you can go down the hall and pay that, and you're all set. Best of luck.
All the way down.
Yes, you're into the hall. All right, you're going to plead to impeding, right? Responsible or not responsible? Please accepted. 150 is your total. Cashier end of the hall to your right, okay? Have a good day. Now listen, everybody. Grimes, your name?
Court records.
All right, you're going to plead to impeding traffic, true?
Responsible, yeah.
To that charge, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Plea is accepted. 160 is your total. You have an entry on here. You can go down the hall and take care of that. You're all set. Good luck. Deborah Sue Roberts, 26B150421. Your name, ma'am?
Deborah Sue Roberts.
All right, so you're gonna plead to distracted driving, true?
Correct.
Responsible or not responsible to this?
Sir. You're gonna.
Please accepted.
Set to go?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You said you needed a payment plan.
Oh, yes.
How much do you have today?
I have nothing today.
How, are you working?
No, I am not. I'm currently on disability
When can you pay this?
on the third.
Okay, all of it?
Half of it. And then the other half on the next third.
75 due by April 3rd. Balance by May the 3rd, okay?
Yes,
If you need more time, call the court. We'll go on Zoom. I'll give you an extension, okay?
thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good luck. Lane Matthew Hayner, 260-150-0075. Your name?
Playing here.
All right, you're gonna plead to impeding. Caused an accident, right?
Yes.
To that charge of impeding, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
There's no injuries, minor damage. You got one other entry on here. Your total's 205. You can go down the hall and take care of that. Please be careful, okay?
Will do.
Amelia Moore,
Yes,
26W841391. All right, so you're going to plead to impeding, right?
yes,
Responsible or not responsible?
responsible.
Plea is accepted. Just check here. All right, you gotta be careful. Your insurance company's gonna love you. Huh? Slow. Fines and costs are 155. When can you pay this?
Can I have 60 days, can I pay half April 10th and then the other half the next week?
Pay 75 by April the 10th, balance by May the 10th. If you need more time, call the court. We'll give you I'll give you an extension. We'll go on Zoom together, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Best of luck. Carolina Michael Raybon.
Morning, John.
Use 25M603341. Good morning.
Morning, Ben Taylor, E73261, hearing on behalf of and in place of the defendant.
Okay. So I see what happened. This is the one they brought to me yesterday, right?
That's correct.
Default judgment set aside. Effective right now, Heather. And then you're gonna plead to limited access, right? 5 over?
Yes.
And you're authorized to enter that plea on behalf of the client? All right, to that charge, 5 over, limited access, 75 and 70, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
What's her record like?
Pretty good. She's commuting to University of Toledo Law School, so she's got
Going to law school?
yeah, she's there now. That's why I'm here. Sorry, went.
You went to Toledo?
No, but law school. I guess I put on my necktie. Go in her.
All right. Okay. Well, let's see here. I'll make it 165. And then we'll refund the balance, okay? So Heather, we're gonna keep 165 for fines. And then you can refund the balance to Ms. Raybon. She posted 225 because it was a default. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Have a good day. Thank you. Tell her to 1 second here. All right, you're gonna plead to impeding traffic, right?
Yes.
To that charge, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Okay, I'm gonna accept that plea. I'm going to dismiss the speed. And you got a good record. 150 is your total, okay? Have a good day. Thank you. Right down to the cashier, Aubrey Brown, 260-647-838. Good morning. Your name? You're gonna do impeding, right? Responsible or not responsible to that? So what are you still in high school or?
Yeah.
Where at? Okay, what are we doing next year?
Going.
Where? Good for you. Good luck. I'll accept your plea 150. Cashier under the hall. Good luck. Thank you. John Sharks.
This case is a powerful example of how the justice system handles repeated probation violations. The defendant admitted to multiple failures missing programs, skipping tests, and not clearing warrants, but also presented real-life struggles like homelessness and financial hardship. The judge ultimately chose not to impose immediate jail time, instead giving a final opportunity to comply. But here's the bigger takeaway. Probation is a second chance, but it's not unlimited. Responsibility, communication, and consistency are everything. One more mistake could completely change the outcome. If you found this case as intense and eye-opening as we did, make sure to hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the judge made the right call? And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.